So real quick, something I wanted to point out. I'm taking positions in silver now. So I'm looking at the gold silver ratio, and it just fell pretty strong. About what is that? 2 weeks ago. Gold's at 1,400. You can see right here, and then gold's at $16. I bought it right here. This is the ratio. This is gold silver ratio, as you can see. But I bought it right before it plummeted. What happens whenever the ratio actually drops down? That means we're getting closer to 1 to 1, right? And if we're at 1 to 1, that means gold and silver are, you know, equal. I think historically, the ratio's been at like 50. Well, there's an easy way to do this. Let me go to the monthly. What's that average over the past? I don't know, man. We're going back to 98-ish. So I'd say right. Let's say an average is right in here somewhere. Say 58 is the average. So we're getting closer to that average with this big drop down. This is just for the month, so crazy big drop down. Bears engulfing. But anyways, something to look at if you're considering that. I highly recommend. Well, I don't highly recommend it. It's preference. If you want to, go grab some. We'll go through the EUR pairs real quick. Give me a second. On the daily, I drew an arrow bouncing us up right here. Clearly, we broke right through this level that I thought was going to be held. That's a big ass bar. That's all a 1 day's move. It just absolutely crushed that level. Big bar down on JPY. I'm going to guess this one's actually pointed upwards. Or I'm sorry, trending upwards. It's the only pair that's trending upwards. Everything else looks like it's kind of trending down. And the way I, obviously, the way I figure which way it's trending is based on higher highs, higher lows. It looks like we're going lower. So it looks like lower lows, lower highs in this situation, or higher highs, higher lows means we're going up. We're going down, looks like. So that's with Euro USD. It's also with JPY. GBP, different story. CHF, also trending downwards. Really beautiful reversal candle there. Euro CADs kind of sideways, but overall coming off of a downtrend. Trendless on Euro AUD. I wouldn't really call that a move to the upside. I mean a run to the trend to the upside, maybe a run here, because we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row that we moved higher. But overall, as far as kind of being primed for a move, it doesn't look like any of these other than maybe Euro CHF, JPY USD. Yeah, CHF, JPY, and USD. Only ones I would look at like that because they're actually in trend. Look at the weekly chart real quick. Nothing strong here. We're at a key level. It might continue going lower, maybe. We'll see. Looks like we'll probably continue going lower here. We'll see, maybe. Pretty interesting how this one broke higher. I'm not 100% sure what to expect with GBP. This is the only one that's trending higher, it looks like. Um, yeah, I don't know on that one. The short answer is I have no idea what's going to happen there. But I'll continue to watch it, try to learn. CHF seems like it's going to continue going lower. Daily and weekly are kind of pointing that direction. CAD is kind of whatever. AUD looks like it just got done bouncing off of 50 MA. It might go higher. Yeah. So it looks like AUD and GBP are actually moving higher, more than likely. Not real strong on AUD though. See what the monthly tells us. AUD's climbing higher, maybe. CAD's broke the 50, and maybe we're settling to go a little bit higher, but overall you see it's trending higher. CHF, not a whole lot to tell me there. God, this is a messy chart. Move some of this stuff out of the way so we can actually see the price action. It looks like it's trying to bounce higher. No real trend. I mean, it's hard to have a trend in a monthly chart, obviously, because it takes several months strung together. It looks like we had that here, and then we kind of consolidated. We bounced off of 50, two reversal candles back to back, one in March, one in April, and then we bounced pretty heavily. Remember, this is a monthly chart, so this is a huge fucking move, man. Pretty interesting. Euro JPY. Not sure what's going to happen here. It looks like it's trying to kind of decelerate. I would just kind of watch that, try to see what happens. I'm not feeling really good about trading any of these right now, though, to be honest with you. There's just not like a whole ton of momentum or anything yet. 4-hour chart. So take a look at the intradays. For some reason, I thought this level was going to hold. I don't know. I'm getting really bad about choosing key levels and then expecting each time one of them hits, it, acting as a brick wall, so to speak. And that's just not the case, man. It's not how it's going down. That's fine. But it's silly to kind of expect that and ultimately place a position based on that expectation rather than just being on top of the charts. That's probably a better play, is to just be on top of your game. GBP, kind of a rollover, not necessarily pullback here. It's worth noting that we stopped at 20 EMA, kind of hit the brakes on that. Euro CHF, kind of looks like a similar pattern, minus the fact that we're not trending upwards. We're trending downwards overall, but we're doing this little rollover. I don't really like that. CAD could kind of go anyways. It's really just consolidating right now, which is fine. Euro AUD looks like it might be preparing to go higher. So interesting stuff. I'll be watching this. I like Euro AUD right now. On the intraday charts, it looks really clean compared to others. You can really see it when you get down to the hour chart. CHF, look at that rollover. There's no play here, not right now. Not for me, at least. Not for my trades. Not for my setup. Yeah, it's just not clean enough. I can't take that. Euro GBP hourly. Let's compare these. All right, so I got two that are kind of positioned to go higher. So if I look at Euro GBP and then AUD, which one do you think looks better? And what does that really mean? It's just preference. So I just want to see what everybody else thinks. So for me, AUD, because the pullback's a little cleaner and it's multiple bars. For other people, they're not going to like that. And then GBP, there's a pullback, but we're just now starting to form up our bars. Maybe one of these is going to be cleaner than the other. There's no telling for me. But what I will say is one's more mature than the other. I would say that AUD is more mature than GBP right now. Okay? Then if I go further and I say, all right, let me go ahead and draw in my fib levels. Pullbacks nowhere in sight for AUD. And it's not really anywhere close for GBP either. Okay. Now that's way more interesting. Both of them are kind of consolidating right now after doing this little rollover play. Yeah. If I go a little bit further and I look at the daily charts, let's see which one looks better. MACD's in the right direction here. Kind of blah on the MACD for Euro AUD, so I don't know. It's interesting to kind of look at them side by side though, and just go through the exercise. This is how you get better. It's not really about hey, I'm taking the trade or whatnot all the time. A lot of times it's as I used to say in these videos all the time, it's can you see a 90-mile-per-hour fastball? Are you able to see it? Once you get comfortable seeing it, then you can start hitting it. Another baseball reference is I'm an ex-ball player, so that's kind of how I look at the world. And trading is all a game of averages, probabilities, patterns, and timing. So I see a lot of similarities there, and so I'll continue to give you guys that. Can you see the 90 miles per hour fastball? Worry about that before you worry about being able to hit it, so or take that trade. All right. Anyways, that's interesting. It's probably the most interesting thing to look at right now. Everything else is kind of messy. JPY, Euro, USD, huge move. You guys know I don't want to trade off of big candles. It's not my thing. I'd rather wait and see a couple of confluence factors line up before I actually take a position. Anyways, all right, guys. I'm going to see you. My computer's about to die. Peace.